Hello guys, welcome to my aquarium project series. How's everyone doing? As always, thanks for watching my previous video guys, and also for your support. So as discussed in my previous video, I told you all that I'm going to run through the details of my personal experience having this particular betta fish, the mistakes that I did, and trying to provide you a complete summary of what you actually need to know about having betta fishes. So let's get rolling. So first, let's talk about tank size. You need to understand that bettas are native to slow-moving, stagnant waters in Southeast Asia and are used to living in very small, confined spaces, mostly rice paddies, puddles, and small bodies of water. But when kept in captivity, bettas can benefit from a larger tank because there is more swimming space, and there's also improved water quality, and also a larger tank can also provide better filtration systems, and of course rooms for adding plants, rocks, and any kind of decor, which can create a better environment for the betta. So a minimum tank size at least 2 gallons is what's recommended, but I wouldn't really suggest going for a big tank. In my case, I did go for a big tank, and this particular space was actually too much for one single betta. And moving on to the next mistake is the filter, the selection of the filter basically. Betta fishes are sensitive to strong currents and can easily be stressed by powerful filters. So we need to make sure that the filter that we have should be something that doesn't create strong currents or stronger flow. It should be something very simple. In my case, even though I did use a very simple hang-on filter, I did feel that the current was a little bit slightly strong, so the fish was spending most of its time on the other side, which was away from the current. So it's best to choose filters that do not create too much water movement. So options are mostly sponge filters, or internal filters, and hang-on back filters, which have slower water flow rate, or there are some filters where you can also adjust the flow rate. So that's one thing to look at. Next is we're going to talk about the water temperature. Yes, betta fish do need a heater in their tank. The reason is they are native to warm water environments in Southeast Asia, where the temperatures usually range from 76 to, let's say, around 82 degrees Fahrenheit. So maintaining a stable and consistent water temperature is actually really important for its health and well-being. So in my place, I do use the aircon, so it's very important for me to have a heater in my tank, because otherwise it will definitely affect the health of the fish on a long term. The next topic is a weird one. Yes, they do get stuck in some of the tiniest objects that you have in the aquarium. So they're quite a curious fish actually. So they tend to explore small holes or wherever the places where they can actually hide. On my side, unfortunately, I lost my betta fish mainly because of the fact that this guy went and tried exploring something in between the space between the heater and the tank, and he got kind of stuck there. It happened during the time when I was overseas. I didn't really see it, and then there you go, by the time I came back he was actually gone. The next topic is feeding, and this is something that can apply to all fishes. Yes, we should not be overfeeding them, but they're carnivorous fishes and should be fed a wide variety of different sort of diets, high quality pellets, frozen or live food, bloodworms, brine shrimp, etc. Feeding once or twice a day, and idea here is to feed them in such a way that they finish the food within 1 to 2 minutes. The food shouldn't be floating around. As a general rule of thumb, this applies to all fishes. Next topic is water quality. Yes, bettas are hardy fishes, and they do survive in extreme harsh conditions, but at the same time we also need to understand that bettas are prone to several health issues, especially swim bladder diseases, fin rots, bacterial infections, etc. So this can be further complicated if the water quality is really poor. So this is where the filtration system really comes in, and doing regular water changes comes in. So they are hardy fishes, but they cannot be taken for granted. And the most important topic, last topic, tankmates. Betta fishes are well known for their temperament. They are aggressive towards other male bettas and also other fishes that may resemble a male betta fish. So this is because in their natural habitat they are known to defend their territories quite aggressively. So this is built in their DNA. And interestingly, when I had my fish with me, so initially I thought the fish is actually lonely, and I googled or watched several videos on YouTube where people actually have betta fishes, especially male betta fishes, with other tank mates. And amongst the fishes that were listed on the internet, I thought cories were the ones that were listed as the most safest fish to keep because they don't get attacked by the betta fish. Got a couple of cories, so leopard cories and panda cories. So when I added them, the betta fish was completely fine. It was just quite curious to see who his new neighbors are. And then later on, there was no complications. The cories were taking care of the substrate, the bottom area, and the betta fish was mostly at the surface. But as days went on, I've noticed that the panda cories seemed to be slightly agitated whenever the betta fish is near them. But the leopard cories were completely fine. It was quite strange. And then later down the line, I also noticed that the panda cories numbers were declining. I remember putting around 6 panda cories there, and slowly it has come down to around 3, which is slightly disturbing, and I couldn't really find the bodies anywhere in the tank. And I had a slight suspicion that something is actually going on. So after one more casualty, I finally understood what was actually going on. So basically, whenever I feed the betta fish and the cories, so that's when the drama really happens. So our friend betta fish actually finishes up his food, and then he goes to the bottom to explore what the cory fish is actually eating. So during that time, he actually gets aggressive and start picking on the fishes. But for some reason, the leopard cories don't seem to be that bothered. They are able to dodge whatever that is happening, but the panda cories are getting affected. So I couldn't really record the incident, but I knew that there was something happened to this particular fish, which was mainly bitten by I don't know whether bite is the right word, but betta fish has done something to this particular fellow, and that's where he became dead. So when I looked at his tail was actually gone. Clearly he was attacked by the betta fish. So whilst I was trying to document this, interestingly I saw that the betta fish was actually going after another cory fish, and this cory fish was trying to hide inside this particular coconut shell. So instantly I decided I didn't want to continue like this. But yes, the leopard cories were doing fine, but maybe I can just stick to the leopard cories. But then later down the line, I just decided, well, fine, let's just get a smaller tank, move the betta fish to a smaller tank, and use this tank for something else. So that's how the betta fish got his new home, and this is where he is. I'm not against having tank mates with betta fish, and there are so many videos that I have seen on the internet, and even 2 of my friends have betta fish with few other fishes, especially cories. But the thing is, there is always a tiny room for something to go wrong, especially when you have a betta fish that's got a temperament nature. Whenever there is certain things like that can trigger its temperament, they can actually go after the fish, and sadly if the fish is not able to dodge it, it kind of loses its life. So I think from my side, that was a lesson learned. I decided to keep my betta fish more single from now onwards. I think I covered most of the key topics. I may have missed 1 or 2. If there is, please do comment, and please do reach out to me with your own experiences if you want to share anything. And yes, so thanks for watching the video, guys. Till then, keep you all posted on the next video. Stay safe, stay tuned, keep in touch. Thank you.